Welcome back. I can't wait for you to see this one. It's time to go for a spin in an electric SUV that a Vietnamese company plans to build at a new $4 billion factory in Chatham County. Now, only a handful of people in the world have had this view behind the wheel VinFast's VF8. Only on WRAL, we're putting you in the driver's seat and talking one-on-one with VinFast's global CEO about the automaker's future right here in North Carolina. Our Matt Talhelm joins us live to finish off this week of reporting on VinFast in Vietnam. Matt.
Yeah, Julian, earlier this week, we showed you the VF8 here as it was rolling off an assembly line here in Vietnam. This is one of two models that will be produced in Chatham County, and we were some of the first people in the entire world for an island in the South China Sea.
This is where the rubber meets the road for an electric SUV that's not on the road anywhere yet. We got behind the wheel of the VinFast VF8 on a closed course winding through the island mountainside in Nha Trang.
We are some of the first in the world to get to take this VF8 out for a test drive.
Our instructor An showed us the technology, controlled through a nearly 16-inch screen.
It's integrated with a lot of smart features.
And voice recognition, so you can talk to your car.
Hey, VinFast, turn up the air conditioning. It's hot.
We waited for the wave to take off.
It's waving me through. Up to 120 kilometers per hour?
Make it 120 kilometers.
I think 120 is about 75 miles per hour.
VinFast is moving ahead at its own high speed to get the VF8 on the road in the U.S. by the end of the year. Those will come from the factory here in Vietnam before it becomes one of two electric SUVs the company plans to build in North Carolina. It's the 5-year-old automaker's debut outside its home country. I asked VinFast Global CEO Thuy Le about that in a one-on-one interview only on WRAL.
A lot of people won't get the opportunity to come to Vietnam to test drive a car here in the mountains. How do you get them to trust that a young Vietnamese car maker is going to be successful in the U.S. and in North Carolina?
Seeing is believing. We wouldn't bring the car to the consumer. Our marketing is direct to consumer. We bring the car to consumer. We let people test drive, and event similar to in Vietnam or elsewhere, people will be convinced.
Thuy tells WRAL work will begin in the next week to prepare the nearly 2,000-acre site in Chatham County for construction of VinFast's $4 billion factory.
The message that we like to give to the people in North Carolina, in Chatham County, North Carolina, in the U.S. In general, we are serious about what we're doing, and we would like everybody to give it a try and keep an open mind.
I gave the test drive another try.
Should we get it up to 120 again?
But I'm no gearhead.
Pretty much mainly cover electric vehicles, so I guess that's why I'm here today.
So we'll let Andrew Lambrecht share his first impressions of getting behind the wheel of the VF8. He's a contributor to Forbes Wheels and a North Carolina native.
So first impressions, I've driven a lot of EVs before. It felt very similar to the Volkswagen ID4 and a lot of its competitors.
Lambrecht says with some small software tweaks, VinFast can compete to put more electric horsepower on the highway.
I have high hopes for VinFast, and I really hope that just with some changes, this car will do very well in the U.S. market.
All right, I'll take it from there. VinFast is trying to make a name for itself in the U.S. and worldwide. We were there as the CEO signed an agreement with Ironman for naming rights to the long-distance triathlon championships through 2025. VinFast will also be the exclusive electric vehicle partner and provider for transportation at more than 150 Ironman events in 50 countries. All of this is about promoting the company across the U.S., Europe, and Asia, where a lot of people don't know the name VinFast yet. That will start with the SUV, that is, and the bigger VF9. Now, VinFast expects to start production in Chatham County 2 years from now. They plan to expand the build of e-scooters and electric buses. The CEO says VinFast is also looking to develop electric pickup trucks in the future. Great reporting all this week from Matt Talhelm and DesArmo. They kept us informed, and I feel like I know what a VinFast will drive like.